Hello! So, this is the 9th of February 2026 and I'm recording this because I believe that we are in a stock market crash or the beginning of one, and I think it will be a really big one because of all the leverage on the market. So I'm doing this just as a diary because I read this journal a couple of years ago. It was about the Great Depressions, one person's view from 1929 to 1932 about his thoughts, what he did not, how the society evolved and stuff like this. And I thought this was really, really interesting. So I will try to do this myself, but instead of in text, in writing. So will I do this in video, just for a fun project and share this with everybody. So the beginning of this year, or actually the end of last year, 2025, 31st of December, the silver spot price was at $72. And at the beginning of this year, or last year, it was at approximately $30 an ounce. And today it's $81 an ounce, and it's been up. So between the 31 of December and today, the spot price was almost up to $120 an ounce. So it's been up and down really fast. And I believe that this volatility is our way of the market to say that something is wrong and something is about to correct. We have a lot of leverage. Everybody I know has a lot of debt. So in Sweden, we have really, really low national debt, but all the persons, everyone is living here have really, really high personal debts. They have high mortgages on their houses. And they have not so much money to service this debt. And we had really high problem with inflation. So we had really high inflation. It was like up in the 2 digits for some while, but the salaries have not been keeping up. So the debt service costs have gone up a lot, and the salaries have not following. Together with this, all the other costs has been going up. This to do renovation has gone up a lot. To do everything has been going up. The food cost has been going up. So something will break, and I'm not really sure what will break, but something will break. So this is like my observations about what's happening. So what am I doing to combat this? One of the first thing is that in Sweden we have really hard to get index funds that really are index funds, global index funds, because everyone has an ESG filter. So they are sampling out like oil, tobacco, porn, weapons, stuff that goes really, really good often in crisis. So to get past this, I'm trying to move a lot of our money to WEBN. It's an ETF. It's an all-world ETF that has like 2,200 companies in it for only 0.07 in the charge, a percent charge. So it's really good. And I'm trying to locate a lot of my money to SPYI, I think the name is. It's also our biggest 9,000 companies. So this is one way for me to position my economy for what I think is coming. And also I have a lot of money, or not a lot of money, I have like 20% of my holdings in silver mining stocks. But the silver mining stocks has been going up so much. So I have moved this, so this is like 40%, 50% of my portfolio for the while being. Also I have like, I started about like $10,000, this was 100 Swedish crowns for gold, gold mints for a couple of years ago, I think like 5 or 6 years ago. This is like triple in value. It's because I think that something is gonna break in our financial system, not only in Sweden, but in all of the world, because we have the same problem. The world has the same problem. We have borrowed too much money, and we have too few kids, and we have a lot of regulations. We have a lot of bureaucracy that makes everything impossible. I mean, all my friends I talk to, we all are like, oh, we want to do this, we want to do that, we want to start a company, we wanna like start a union or something or whatever. But everything is so much rules around everything, so it's impossible. Because the first step you have to do is like go to some bureaucracy and talk to them for a couple of years before you can do anything. And I think Sweden is a little bit more extreme than other countries, but I see this problem in different countries too. I see this in the US, I see this in the UK, I see this in all of the larger economies. So it's really, really hard to innovate. It's really, really hard for like a couple of friends to just meet up and start doing stuff, starting producing value. So what's happened? Yeah, what happened is that everybody sits at home, they play video game, they do nothing, they consume porn, they don't start their life, they don't get kids. This is a really good explanation of this, because they don't get kids. Why do people don't get kids? I don't understand. But if that my view of this is that women and men have really hard to find each other, because the men are looking at the system and see, like, especially the young men are looking at the system and see, like, fuck it, I don't want to do this. I don't want to talk with bureaucrats. I want to build a company or build a house or do something. But it's impossible today, because the police will come and stop you if you don't have the right paperwork. So they go like, fuck it, I can just play video game instead. And the girls, they are going like, oh, I want to be a company girl, I want to be a really good loyal company woman, and I want to help out my company. So they become really good at this. They sit at school, they do meaningless educations, and then they get a meaningless work somewhere in some big companies, and they have a good pay, but it's not so productive. They probably have no kids, and they probably doesn't feel so good. So I think this will be a problem also. And this is what I see happening, and I see this happening in like all my life. And I see the schools. I mean, I went to the Swedish public school system. In Sweden, we only have public school system, so we don't have really a private school. They say it's private, but it's not like in the USA or something like this, where the school actually can have like their own teaching and their own way of doing stuff, because they have to follow this government regulated plan, and all the schools need to follow this, and this plan is really, really strange. The teacher doesn't know how to grade it. The teacher don't know how to learn it, because everything is really strange. And I went through this school, and we basically learned nothing. So when I come out from school, I actually went to a 3 years practical school, so to become a sailor. So the point was that the school should teach me everything to be a sailor. So I should know how to weld, and I should know how to like do everything, metal work and what you need to do, but and fix engines and stuff like this. But nothing of this I learned. It was just bullshit. Everything. It was just meaningless. Bullshit, so learn nothing. So when I come out to work, I did not know anything. So I needed to learn everything on the job. And this is okay, because I had good jobs, so I have learned a lot during that. But the school system is terrible, and I think this sets up young people for failure from start, especially men. Because I think, in my view, that is it like this, that girls have easier to sit down and shut the fuck up and just do what you're told. And I think this is really hard for boys, especially me. So when the teachers come to me and said, you need to do this, and I asked them why, and because I said so, and I said, fuck you, I will not do this. I will not do this shit. So, because it's no point of learning some meaningless shit just because someone told me, so I did something else instead. And I think this is also what we observe. So the boys that doesn't get killed in school and go out and have like still some energy and still want to fight the world, they go out and they still do a good work in the schools, outside the schools. So they still get good job, still gets good pay. They start companies, they do whatever. Like I have started a few companies, and now I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to learn to play guitar and some other shit. I'm trying to write a book, except I cannot write, but this will hopefully learn. So we still do pretty good, but most boys, they just get destroyed, and they never come back. And this is why the girls then have really hard, the women have really hard to find valuable partners, attractive partners, because it's really, really few guys that actually become something. And I think this is the school systems wrong. So basically, this is my like turnaround. Why I see that this basically that strong men create good times create weak men create bad times, bad times create strong men. So I think we're here. I think we are in this credit cycle, as Ray Dalio says. I think we are in the end of our credit cycle. So I see what's going to be happening forward is the rents are going up. I think all cost of living is gonna go up. So like food, gas, all consumable will go up in price, and I think that assets will get down in price, because I think when you have a few children and a lot of older people, the older people will start liquidate their assets to start buying consumer goods. So you will have like more money chasing less goods. And the normal thing of this is that the price will peak, I think. So I think this is what we will see going forward. And I think that how to position yourself in this is kind of hard. I think it's the best way is to get out of debt. This is the first one. The second one, I think, is to realize that I think it's going to be hard to invest your way out of this situation. I think the way you can do this is to learn stuff and be a good tradesman and be a good worker, so you can charge more for your time. And I think this will be possible going forward. I think going forward it would be easier to build stuff and make money from that, instead of the way it is like this. Because now if I gave you $1 million and tell you earn more money, you will probably just invest it in the stock market. You will not do anything, because this is the best way to earn money, is just to invest it in the stock market. But no new companies have been built, no new cars, no new houses. And I think when I give you $1 million going forward, I think that you will buy like maybe a car and a truck, and you start building houses, so you will start building stuff, or like producing food. Because now you will be, the best way to earn money will be to produce stuff. So this is what I think. I will follow this up, I think maybe like once every week, and I will post it. So this is like the view of one guy from Sweden about how he sees the world, how this will evolve in the future, and what was happening in our life. So thank you. See you next time.